inside Metro rail stations and out. Buses, too. Metro surveillance cameras are watching.
I think the pedestrians or the riders are comforted just to see them. It's like Big Brother watching over your shoulder.
But not everyone feels so safe.
The buses and the trains, they're just not secure. The children are getting robbed on them. My daughter was robbed on the Metro.
Bus drivers have been assaulted, too.
I've been spit on, I've been punched, I've had things thrown at me.
It's very dangerous because the assaults have become more vicious.
And those surveillance cameras don't count on them. Maintenance records from Metro show many are failing. During a 1-month period, Fox 5 found surveillance cameras on more than 15% of buses didn't work. Nearly half of those were buses from the Bladensburg and 4 Mile Run bus yards.
They're at their own risk because they don't know whether or not the equipment that's supposed to be there to protect them is actually working.
Jackie Jeter represents Metro's bus and rail workers. In October, a passenger stabbed a bus driver. The surveillance camera that was supposed to be rolling failed to record anything.
But that's not something that I can tell an operator when they come to me and they tell me about an assault that took place. That's not an excuse that I can give them.
More often than not, if a crime happens, the transit union claims there's a problem with the camera. Martha Smith's son found that out.
He got beat up with 3 boys jumped him on the bus and took his coat, and the camera didn't work.
At the same time, dozens of cameras were out at rail stations. Some haven't worked for a long time. One camera that wouldn't pan or tilt hasn't been repaired in more than 2 years. Another one painted over by vandals out more than 6 months.
That's really unacceptable. I don't know exactly what the excuse or the reason is for it, but that's unacceptable.
We would love to have every camera functioning, but a lot of those cameras are repeat coverage of areas.
Multiple cameras mounted in stations and on more than 1,100 buses often cover the same areas. So if one goes out, another camera can still pick anything up. Those broken cameras, Metro Transit Police Chief Michael Taborn believes, don't compromise public safety.
We feel confident that we capture pretty much everything that goes on in the system.
If working, Metro surveillance cameras have proven important to solving crimes. 3 months ago, when 2 men shot a 22-year-old passenger on a bus, leaving him for dead, video on board helped police track down the suspected killers.
Cameras they're a good investigatory tool after the fact. Sometimes they're functioning and sometimes they're not, but we don't solely depend on the camera to find out what went on.
At least 75 cameras on buses keep breaking down month after month, and some of them can't be fixed.
That's not sufficient. It just doesn't cut the mustard anymore.
And they could very well be some of those cameras that have older systems.
1/3 of Metro's buses still don't have surveillance cameras, but the transit agency says it's far ahead of other systems. It plans to have surveillance cameras on all buses in the next 6 months. Old cameras that chronically fail will also be replaced, which should improve overall camera reliability.
Well, I don't think you can really put a cost on safety.
We're paying to ride in the system, and we're not getting the value of what we're paying for. Plus, we are putting our lives in danger.
10 years ago, Metro didn't have cameras on buses, and the ones in rail stations didn't record. That all changed in 2001 when transit police officer Marlon Morales was gunned down and killed inside the U Street Cardoza station. There were cameras, but no recorded video, something that was inexpensive to fix. All riders ask now is that those cameras don't fail them.